After smashing 5 past Bolton in a Carabao Cup third round, a new Hell End era has arrived. As Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Lewis-Skelly thrived, today we'll break down all of what we learned from a very intriguing game, discuss the role of Raheem Sterling going into the future, find out about Arsenal's new 14-year-old wonderkid, discuss the controversy around Arsenal's dark horse, and find out who is available and will start in a massive game against Leicester. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Baz14. Welcome back to your boys channel, and I hope you guys are doing sensational, especially after a fantastic victory in the Carabao Cup. The youngsters were shining, so as per, smash a like on the video if you enjoy and subscribe to the channel if you are new. But starting off with what we learnt from Arsenal 5, Bolton 1. In a Carabao Cup game against a League One side, Arsenal were given a fantastic opportunity, not only to progress to the next round but also blood some very important youngsters. Before the game we were accused. Former Man United legend Paul Scholes accusing Arsenal of cheating after David Raya went down against Man City. Arsenal are time wasters, Arsenal know the dark arts, only for the lineup to come up before the game and David Raya not involved. Arsenal confirmed that he missed out due to a thigh issue. Instead, Arsenal had to play 16-year-old Jack Porter, giving debuts to Nichols, Lewis-Skelly and Nwaneri, alongside a first stop for Raheem Sterling. Mikel Arteta was finally trusting the youth and a lot of Arsenal fans were excited. With a 16-year-old Jack Porter in goal, the youngest ever goalkeeper in Arsenal history. He wasn't even born the last time the Spurs won a major trophy. Now he's starting for the Arsenal. There is a bit of backstory there. According to Isan Khan, it was David Seaman that noticed his ability in training and told Inaki Kana that Arteta should play him against Bolton. He used to be a frustrated midfielder, then turned into a goalkeeper. 4 months later, he was trialling for Arsenal. A meteoric rise, and it wasn't quite a clean sheet, but he did get a bit of love, with even former Arsenal goalkeeper Aramzo saying, "Go well, bud." For a guy that had school in the morning, you have to say that he did a very good job, but not quite as good as the Arsenal player of the match, Ethan Nwaneri. 17 years of age and his first ever Arsenal start, dropping an 8.3 rating. It's been a long time coming with 2 goals, 2 key passes, 93% passing accuracy, 1 successful dribble and 3 ground balls won, becoming Arsenal's 4th youngest goal scorer in the 21st century, behind the likes of Jack Wilshere and Cesc Fabregas. But scoring abreast, he also made more history, becoming the youngest ever player to score 2+ goals in his first ever start for Arsenal. He actually now has more goals than both Bruno Fernandes and Phil Foden this season. Yes, it was only Bolton, a League One side, but what stands out straight away was the fundamentals. His ability to carry the ball in tight spaces, running power to go and make things happen. In the same games last year, you saw the likes of Fabio Vieira and Emil Smith-Rowe. Ethan Nwaneri was already doing better. In the same echelons as Cesc Fabregas and Jack Wilshere. What's even more impressive is his build. Strong enough to carry the ball and bounce players off him, not scared to demand the ball and show authority. He says it's a great feeling when the club you love, the club you've grown up with, the fans are chanting for you. It's a surreal feeling. I wanted to feel for almost 16 years of my life. I just want more of it now. As Sam Dean says, Nwaneri came through a family of Arsenal fans and grew up in Islington. As a kid he spent time at Spurs, Chelsea and West Ham, but committed to Arsenal when he was 9. Only a year ago there was a massive contract dispute, the likes of Man City and Chelsea both hovering, but Nwaneri wanted to stay loyal for his boyhood club, believing in his ability that he could break into the first team. Here he was alongside Jack Wilshere in 2015. In 2024, he's now shining for the Arsenal, with even Declan Rice commenting on his Instagram post. The simple caption, "The truth." This image of Bukayo Saka was very telling, almost giving his starboy status over to Ethan. With the likes of Heaven, Skelly, Nwaneri and Nichols all coming through, Uncle Bukayo is guiding them through. We've also got to talk about Miles Lewis-Skelly though, another player making his first ever Arsenal start. 62 minutes of authority on the ball, winning 5 out of 9 ground balls, 2 out of 2 in the air, with a whopping 55 passes completed and 1 key pass. The standout moment came for the second Arsenal goal. To see the run from Raheem Sterling then show the confidence to play the ball. Lewis-Skelly has a unique ability of always playing the perfect weight of ball, natural and uncoachable. It's why every time he's on the ball he's not scared to make things happen, showing self-belief at 17 that you rarely ever see. Now turning 18, he's giving Arsenal another profile going forwards. Left back is an area of massive competition, Ricardo Calafiori, Jakub Kiwior-Zinchenko and co. But with Miles, Arsenal have the perfect inverted prototype. On the right hand side you also had another first team debut. A shout out to Josh Nichols, who's also had an amazing journey, from being pictured alongside Mikel Arteta in 15-16, now being managed by him in the Arsenal first team at 18. Nichols says, "Wow, what a feeling to make my competitive debut for my club and first start for the senior team. It's been a journey filled with hard work, discipline and passion, and I'm grateful for all the support from my teammates, coaches and everyone who's been a part of this path. I'm ready to give it my all and embrace the challenges ahead. This is just the beginning." A forward thinking fullback, always trying to make an impact going forwards, playing a major part in the first Arsenal goal. In an Arsenal team full of so many inverted profiles, Nichols could actually be very useful, naturally better going forwards and almost more of a wing back. Here he was after the game, in what was an amazing photo. All of the Arsenal Highlanders off the bench, the type of photo that you frame at the training ground. Despite the often criticism of Mikel Arteta not giving youngsters chances, he has now given 12 Hale End graduates their first team debut. But talking of debuts, you also had another more experienced one. Raheem the Dream Sterling making his first ever Arsenal start with a goal and an assist. Overall, he dropped an 8.3 rating, with 3 shots on target, 45 touches, 1 key pass and 1 big chance created. His goal was trademark Raheem Sterling, not the best of finishes but more the poaching ability, able to anticipate where the ball's going to land, poke the ball into the back of the net. Here he was after the game getting a massive round of applause for the Arsenal fans. As Mikel Arteta says, he was great. I think he started to show glimpses of what he can do, especially in attacking moments. Physically, he needs to get to the level that we require, but I think it was a massive step today. What we are seeing is a player that is far from finished, still only 29 years of age with a lot of experience. The key thing is Sterling still has his pace and acceleration, and an Arsenal side that often needs that. Chelsea are paying more wages than Arsenal, so if Arsenal can use it correctly, rediscover the Raheem Sterling of Man City that used to thrive under Mikel Arteta. We have got a player that can reach world-class levels and has proven it before. Experience in the Champions League and the Premier League. A fully fit Raheem Sterling is not just a squad player, but he fights for a place in the first team. Overall, a fantastic night for Arsenal for the experience and the youth. We have qualified for round 4 of the Carabao Cup, and here's the draw. Preston North End away from home, with the likes of Spurs playing against City and maybe Newcastle against Chelsea. Moving on to Arsenal's boy wonder. After a night where so many Arsenal youngsters got their flowers, Mikel Arteta has shown that he's no longer scared to play them. Behind the scenes, we've also got another hell-end Amazon Prime delivery. We're talking Max Dowman, 14 years of age. Starting for the Arsenal Under 18s for the UEFA Youth League game against Atalanta, becoming the youngest ever Arsenal player to feature in the competition. Starting 4 years above your age category is one thing, he then also went on to score a goal, becoming the youngest goal scorer in UEFA Youth League history at 14 years, 8 months and 19 days. Everything about this talent is not normal, playing years above his age category and still thriving, showing elite ability to scan and receive the ball, then use it and go and make things happen. He's got the burst and acceleration of a Jack Wilshere, and a lot of people behind the scenes in the Arsenal Academy have rarely seen anything like this before. And let's just say Mikel Arteta has noticed it, calling up the 14-year-old prospect for first team training at the end of last season. He was also involved in a photo call for the Under 18s, despite still being an Under 15 player, with the pathway of Nwaneri and Miles Skelly being used in the Premier League in massive games against Spurs and Man City. It shows that if the talent is there, the pathway is there. Now let's talk about Arsenal and the dark arts. After leaving the Etihad with a point that ended up being controversial, Erling Haaland going into Mikel Arteta after the game and saying stay humble. Arsenal are accused of being time wasters and using the dark arts. According to the Mail, Premier League clubs have sent concerns about gamesmanship and Arsenal's repeated use of the dark arts throughout last season to the PGMOL. For an Arsenal side at the Etihad Stadium away with 10 men, yeah, we're going to waste a bit of time. We were put in a disadvantaged position. A player sent off for a petty kick of the ball. The ironic thing is that in terms of average goal kick delays, prior to the game, Man City actually had the highest in the league. For a side that used to always bully Arsenal because of the use of the dark arts, not scared for tactical yellow cards, Rodri getting away with things time and time again. Go back to Arsenal's defeat against Man City at the Emirates Stadium in 2022-23. Arsenal had over 60% possession, limiting Pep to his lowest ever, yet lost the game because Man City was smarter. It's only when Arsenal have gotten wiser that we're now seeing these agendas. For years, we've seen the likes of Jose Mourinho get lauded for this type of stuff. Even Sir Alex Ferguson, the guy who won the most ever league titles, was notorious for his use of the dark arts. I just don't like the way the Arsenal are currently being refereed. Forget about the red card and the Trossard situation. Look at the way the Man City players surrounded the referee after Arsenal scored the equaliser. If we're going to talk about the letter of the law, last year time and time again Arsenal got penalised and fined for this type of stuff. And Man City's stats under Michael Oliver aren't looking good either. For a guy that's given Man City less yellow cards than any other side in the top 8, never sending off a City player. Last year against Arsenal, we all saw the blatant yellow cards from Kovacic, yet the same referee chose to not send him off because he didn't want to ruin the game. The question is, what changed this year? Is it the fact that Oliver was involved in a UAE tournament, paid over £20,000 from a competition run by the Man City owners? Even a look into the Gabriel goal against Man City on the weekend. Look at how he dragged this shot before Gabriel scored. Yet I've not heard a single mention of that from the media. If we talk about goalkeepers and how they're getting crowded out, all Arsenal fans will point to is a goal that we conceded against Aston Villa in 22-23, straight from the corner against Douglas Luiz, where Ramsdale is clearly being held back. The reality is that Arsenal have learned, instead of crying about the rules, it's time to use them to our advantage. Think about all the years under Arsene Wenger and how many key players were getting injured. The likes of Abdou Diaby having their ankle shattered, Jack Wilshere getting fouled time and time again. When asked about Arsenal's dark art tactics, Mikel Arteta replied simply, "I've got no comment. I've been at Man City for 4 years, and believe me, I've got all the information." A look across all the top sides in Europe shows that they all use the rules to their advantage. But if the media wants to create an agenda against Arsenal, Mikel Arteta has a prime opportunity to create a siege mentality, often known for his use of psychology, from using a light bulb to a former Ivan Toney tweet. For a man all about fine margins, Mikel Arteta will try to use this to his advantage. Here was the Arsenal players reporting to first team duties, and what's very telling is Leandro Trossard. arriving with 2 first-team callers. Comment down below what do you think Mikel Arteta had in bringing. But moving on to Arsenal versus Leicester City. We may have just played the likes of City, Spurs and Atalanta, and you might have even had Bolton in the Carabao Cup, but the games are coming thick and fast, as Arsenal welcome newly promoted Leicester to the Emirates Stadium, a side that is currently 15th in the league with 0 wins this season. They may have Jamie Vardy in attack, but with Gabriel Saliba at the back, I'm pretty sure there'll be no party. But in terms of Alexander Zinchenko, Mikel Arteta confirms that he's not ready to play yet, and he's going to be out for a few weeks. Then you have news on the Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard. Mikel says I think it'll be a matter of weeks, but how long exactly I cannot tell you. We might get a surprise, but I think it's unlikely. He'll be back before the international break. The captain might be missing, but what about the Arsenal goalkeeper? Mikel says we don't know if he can play on Saturday yet. He's still got a muscular issue. With all that kept in mind, here's how I think Arsenal will line up. With David Raya in goal and a back four of White, Saliba, Gabriel and Calafiori. Partey, Rice and Trossard in midfield. With Martinelli, Havertz and Saka up front. With Yuri and Timber being a fitness doubt as well, I'm not quite sure if he's available, but I'm fully fine with Ricardo Calafiori. For Leandro Trossard, after having only a 1-game suspension, served against Bolton, he should be available once again and I believe he's going to start. A lot of calls for Ethan Nwaneri, but Mikel Arteta always favours experience. In a tower race against Man City, you can't take any risks. And talking about his red card against City, as Mikel Arteta says, for passing the ball you mean? I think so. Don't touch the ball, we'll play without the ball. This of course is going to be a must-win game, but there is a lot of confidence going into it, having only lost 1 league game so far in 2024. After Leicester, we've got PSG at home, followed by Southampton at home, Bournemouth away, Shakhtar at home and Liverpool at home. But at 12:30, all eyes are going to be at St James's Park, as top of the table Man City go there with a key player missing. With David Ornstein confirming Rodri is expected to miss a significant period of time with a serious knee injury. The duration has not been confirmed, but tests will continue. The Spanish international was set for a long absence. No Rodri means that Arsenal have that much more of an advantage now. We've seen that we can make Man City emotional. They are definitely more rattled than ever before. All Arsenal need to do now is keep their heads down and take advantage. But that is the video there and there. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy on all the social medias, then the links are down below in the description. But that was all of your latest Arsenal news today, ahead of a massive game against Leicester at home. It may be seen as easy, but it's a must-win game. The pressure is there and I trust Arsenal to deliver. So as per, stay tuned as always and I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks.